Hello. That's too bright. My wife got me some more LED lights up. Probably be putting these up sometime this week. The other ones, my cats decided to chew through them, and I took them down yesterday. I'm done. And she came home and gave me these. So I'm like, okay, we'll try it again. You best get off of there. Get down. Kitty cats. So doing that. Oh, I meant to grab my got a new one. Doesn't matter. I got stuff. I'm just showing it off. So, because I'm gonna be out in the public more and stuff, and my wife said you're probably getting tired of wearing the same T-shirts. I gotta remember to put that one up so I'm not showing my porno hair there. Oh. So, I heard a young man in the meeting earlier. Let's go ahead and do introductions. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. I'll be your host. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. But I was listening to this young man, and we get into the program and we get off the hooch, okay? And then we start to work on our spiritual malady. And I hear this quite often where I'll hear a newcomer come in and they feel like they need to quit everything. And this is not always a good idea. I'm not going to tell you whether to do it or not, okay? But he's like, and I should smoke and I do this and I do that. And so I talked to him a little bit after the meeting and and I let him know, hey, you ease up on yourself a little bit, man. You're already going through one thing, and the alcohol's going to be hard enough. Now, if you want to quit, I'm not going to tell you not to quit smoking, but what I'm saying is things happen in God's time. So work on your spiritual malady, work on that, and the rest will fall together, and you don't have to worry about it. See, he doesn't need to be so concerned about that other stuff. What he needs to concern about is making sure that he's discovering everything that's standing in his way between him and his higher power. Because that was my spiritual malady, right? So I'm going to start this off with the drunken horse thief analogy, which is if you have a drunk horse thief and you get them sober, what you have is a sober horse thief. And they'll probably steal your horse too, even though you helped them out. They'll probably steal your horse, okay? Because they're smarter about, okay, but he's still a horse thief. See, the alcohol wasn't the problem. The alcohol was a solution to what there was. Okay, part of the problem also is the horse thieving. So for us, what is that thieving? Well, it was my dishonesty, my manipulation. Okay, alcohol did not cause that. These are things that come with my part of the mental illness. Okay, I believe I was born this way. Okay, because I can't remember back to when I thought differently. Growing up, what I remember is bad attention is better than no attention. That's kind of what I remember. I'm just double checking, make sure nobody's here, because here and there the chat and stuff hasn't been working. So just making sure we're on the clear. So it looks like we are. So the alcohol was, I don't even want to say it was the problem because it wasn't. Now, the problem with the alcohol was this, okay? So it was a problem. It exacerbated everything. It just made everything worse. If something was bad, alcohol would solve the problem for a few minutes, not for very long though. Okay. My wife and I sat down at one point and we figured out how much relief was Dion getting each day while he was drinking. Because there was that certain point in between a certain amount of shots and going overboard that I felt okay. And it was about 10 minutes. If I got that. If I even got that, you know. So there's a reflections for this. It's in the A Day at a Time. This Hazelden literature. Hazelden's great, man. Hazelden is the best treatment center in the world. I think so. I love Hazelden literature. What I like about Hazelden literature is it kind of encompasses everybody. So it covers everybody, which I tend to appreciate. I know that I say, you know, alcoholism is a different disease than addiction to drugs. Okay, but most of the recovery is the same. The process we're going to use is the same. Right? The primary purpose of the program is freedom from addiction. Without that freedom, we have nothing. Right? I cannot function at all if I've been drinking. I mean, I look like I'm functioning, but I'm not. Okay? There is no such thing as a functioning alcoholic. That is an oxymoron. Okay? The whole point of alcoholism is the unfunctionality about it. Okay? No, you aren't there's no such thing as a functioning alcoholic. There's levels of paying your bills and things like that. Right? And that will determine how you grew up will really determine that. So, but that doesn't mean I can say, for example, sobriety is my only concern. Except for my drinking, I'm a really super person. So give me sobriety and I've got it made. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There are people out there where this doesn't work. Okay? Maybe they were going through a phase. Okay? These people have drinking problems. That's a drinking problem. It's not alcoholism. Not yet. That could turn into alcoholism. But if you're arrested at that point, you have a really good shot and you stay away from alcohol, you have a pretty good shot at life, man. You have a pretty good shot at life. Okay. I was just listening to Tucker Carlson. Okay. Guy's been sober 23 years. Okay? He's been to one AA meeting. Okay. Not really an alcoholic. It's just his life turned to shit when he was drinking. Now, I don't see the shine in his eyes. Okay. But that's not required. Okay. So, but if he wants more, there's more, isn't there? Right? And he was talking to somebody else. He said that he went to that AA meeting because Russell Brand asked him to go, and because Russell goes to AA meetings every fucking day, right? And things like that. So it differs. But that doesn't mean that Tucker isn't doing something about it. Okay. AA is not the only way. That's silly. Okay. It's my favorite way. So if I delude myself with such specious nonsense, precocious, let's just do this. If I delude myself with such nonsense, I'll just take the word out. It's just an adjective. I'll make so little progress with my real life problems and responsibilities that I'll likely return to my addiction. Right? We've got to arrest some of these things. Yeah. See, it wasn't just the alcohol. My behavior was not acceptable. It just wasn't. That's why the program's 12th step urges us to practice these principles in all our affairs. Am I living just to be free of chemical dependence, or also to learn to serve and to love? Now, you know what? If you decided to get off drugs and alcohol, great job, man. I respect that. I really do. It's not easy to do. Not with, aside from just what's in here, the powers that lay outside, like our friends, wanting to be accepted, wanting to be a part of. You know, you might need to change some of your playpens and your playmates. Right? So, what I say is the 12 steps are a good start, because once you finish the 12 steps, then the actual work begins. See, before we were just dealing with you. Okay. Now, once you've completed the steps, your life includes everyone. Anyone's whose life you touch. Okay. And to be a good example, to be allowed to even be a good example after everything that I did, I find a lot of joy in. I'm very grateful for the fact that even though I messed up, that I was allowed to come back in and give it another try without anybody telling me that I wasn't allowed to, or that I couldn't, or that I would have to follow special rules. Because I wouldn't have made it if that happened. Today I pray, may I relish and be grateful for my sobriety, which is where all good things begin. But let me not stop at that and give up trying to understand myself, the nature of God and of humanity. Freedom from dependency is the first freedom. Thank you for putting it that way, Hazelden. That's great. Yeah, it's the first freedom in the line of a lot of freedoms. Okay. I've been studying this program for a while, and I found a new level of freedom like 2-3 weeks ago. It was amazing. Okay. I think it has to do with the fact that I'm almost all the way off my meds. You know, it's been a long time since I've seen Dion. Like Dion. So, freedom from dependency is the first freedom. May I be certain that there are more to come. Freedom from tight-mindedness. Freedom from the unrest of bottled up feelings. Freedom from overdependence on others. From a godless existence. Oh, I could add some more freedoms to this. Freedom from anger. Freedom of the obsession. Freedom from unwanted thoughts. Okay. I am free. And no one can take it away. Not that I'm aware of. Right? I have freedom from my own bullshit mind. Okay? Because I can work on, but still all it wants is the easiest way. That's what the brain wants. So if you want the easiest way, go to your brain first. Okay? But I wouldn't recommend that. May the program which answered my acute needs also answer my chronic ones. Today I'll remember Sobriety is just a beginning, but it's a great beginning. It's a pretty good beginning, you know, but it is just the start. Now, you don't need to rush through this stuff. There's no, you know, well, it depends on who you are too. You know, some people want to get through this a lot quicker. Some people like to take their time. It really depends on who you are. But either way, the program's for you. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. I love you. Peace out. And have a